Alright, hey guys, Flowers G here, and today we're doing something a bit special today. I've been holding this video off for a long while, but I was gonna make read a fanfiction, a good old fanfiction of the Binding of Isaac, you know, Azazel and Eve. Those two people love shipping. I found this fanfiction about it, and I've been holding off for a year, so let's read it. Eve's Pov. This is our third deal, right? I turned to look at the dead bird that followed me around. As it rested, damn it, I'm a bad reader. As it rested on the devil statue. What devil statue? I don't remember there being devil statue in Binding of Isaac. I know it's stupid asking a dead bird, but it's the closest thing I have to a best friend. About Isaac and alright. I took a little brimstone, but it spat out of the room. It did, huh? As soon as a pain signaling that the devil has taken part of my life source for the brimstone. Hey, what are you doing? I once more looked. The writing's not bad. I'm just terrible at reading out loud. Yeah, because I'm actually 5 years old. As a dead bird, but it seemed like I knew following it wasn't a good idea. Oh, Eve's getting edgy. Damn it! I'm not gonna say the D word. I'm this Christian channel. Come on, I ran out the devil room as I saw this brimstone leave the boss room. Seriously? I will not waste my life source. I left the boss room and continued chasing after the brimstone. I finally stopped in the golden room where I saw something unexpected. A boy who somewhat looked my age, was there. He had large bat-like wings, which allowed him to hover several inches above the ground. His raven black hair was surprisingly fixed as horns grew from his head. The left one was broken. He wore a gray jacket and pants. I don't remember Azazel ever wearing clothing at all, but okay. I remember them all being knit, whatever. What? Because I remember Isaac's mother sort of took his clothing, but okay. Which were a darker shade. His pale skin. No, I'm pretty sure he's black too. Not sounding racist, but I'm pretty sure he's dark skin too. Was tinted with shades of red. What? His skin was red too. Oh, okay. As remains of blood dried his upper lips. What is he, a vampire now? That was a little demon. Oh, okay. The most striking about this boy, quotes, were his eyes. They were as red as the blood. The spilled from his mouth. But unlike the blood, his eyes weren't terrifying. Are you gonna stare at me like that forever? I snapped out of my thoughts as I came to realize he was just a few inches away from me. Oh, I've never seen you before, have I? He tilted his head before shaking it and started to stand instead to fly. Oh, should I kill you? Yeah, whenever you meet someone, you're just like, should I kill you? What is this? As if ready to strike him at any moment, and the brimstone just smiled. Like, hey, things outside, stop that, I'm making a video. Like it's seen him before. I should be asking the same question, he replied, and looked back at the left room, item room, in the Mom's wig. He started to fly out of the room as the bird and brimstone moved to my side. He stopped right before the exit, looking at me. You can have it, and he left the room. Ew! I don't want Mom's wig. I didn't even get his name, so I did what every naive 13-year-old would do. 13. I'm pretty sure every single Isaac character, like 3 years old, they're babies, chase after him. Hey, so demon guy, without noticing, I was led into another room. At least I saw him as he fought off the last of the monsters. I collapsed on the floor as he looked back at me. Hey, what's your name? I asked and slowly started to sit up. But why'd you fall on the floor in the first place? You just fell? Okay. Yeah, because whenever I want to introduce myself to people and I don't know him, I fall on the ground. Azazel. He wiped the remaining blood. Why is he a vampire? Remaining blood dripping on his mouth, with the sleeve of his jacket, which he does not have, but okay. Before helping me. And yours? He asked as I smiled at him. Eve. Oh, next chapter. This is actually a really long story too, by the way. Stupid girl. Oh yeah, this is Azazel called, by the way. She should know better than to just randomly chase after a person she just met, just like those characters I used to see on TV. I helped Eve stand on her feet as a dead bird attempted to attack me. It pecked on my horns. Okay, I think pecking at the hair would be more, but I ran. Oh God, I ran a hand over my head just to stop the bird from doing so. What's wrong with this guy? I muttered under my breath before heading out of the room. Well, wait, the demon good. I mean Azazel. I heard Eve's voice from behind, which is accompanied by the sound of her feet ruffling against the floor. I turned around to fully face her as I sighed. We're seriously doing this again, huh? We could, She nervously rubbed her hand together, hand. They don't have hands. They have stubs. Letting them rest at her sides. Team up. She started to move uncontrollably and laugh soft, fake laugh. They're like 3 years old. I don't even think they know what love is, but okay. I looked up the ceiling and thought for a moment, she has a brimstone, and the dead bird could come in handy, and she's pretty adorable. Okay. I coughed at the last thought. What the heck, me? Again, getting edgy, saying the H word. I noticed Eve has been waiting for a reply, so I cleared my throat and stood on the floor. Sure, Eve's paused. Azazel replied as he gave me a small smile. Really? I felt happiness build up in my mouth. What? To the point I wanted to just yell from excitement. You're gonna get the walkers on you now if you do that. This is the first This is the first time my life had come to a twist. So at least I wouldn't continue and end alone. Let's go! I finally yelled and tugged on his arms into the boss room, which I already defeated. Azazel started to fly a few inches above the floor to avoid falling over. Damn, yeah, because Azazel doesn't know how to walk. I mean, I know they're like 3 years old, but he has to fly. Walking is just not an option for him, apparently. He forgot. As I dragged him around, as we explored each room, I started getting more and more excited. Heck, I even wanted to enter the boss room right away. As he saw, I call him. It's a pretty good nickname, I guess. Said it would be best to find the golden room first. I guess what I call it too, the golden room. Or I think I call it like the prize. I don't care. So I agreed. We stood in the middle of the room, each side with an entrance. I looked around before pointing to one of the openings. Let's look in here. Eve, hold on. Before Azzy could continue, Ill had already entered who's Ill? The room. Ill has already Ill has already entered the room, and the door shut once I did. At the end of the room was a door lined with gold. Knew it. I smiled proudly, not realizing there were still spiders in the room. Oh no, spiders are like really tiny. I mean, there's like some big spiders in the game. Before I got hit, the door I entered, let out a loud boom, and sprays of blood splattered everywhere. Blood! The spiders disappeared, and the door opened. I picked up a key from on the floor and stuffed it in one of my pockets. I don't think you have pockets, but okay. I appreciate like having like a little satchel sack thing, but you're not pockets. They don't wear clothing, okay? I turned back to face Azazel. He looked angry. I'll say he looked pissed. It was adorable. Yeah, it's cute seeing people angry. What were you thinking? He grabbed my wrist tightly and dragged me into the golden room. I didn't speak, neither did he. As soon as we got the item, we headed out into the to find out the boss room. Hey, I decided to speak up. I didn't want him to be mad at all. There was no reply from him. He didn't stop nor turn his head. He just dragged me into different rooms. Your feet must be like bleeding from like getting scraped to death because you don't wear shoes. Neither of you do. I was just wondering. I lowered my head to look down at his hand that held mine. How much longer are you gonna hold me? Not that I mind. Azazel stopped walking. I thought he didn't know how to walk. I thought he had to fly, depend on his wings on everything. It was either from the sight of the entrance of the boss room, or from my question. Just until I trust you. I trust you enough that you won't run off like that again, he said, and continued walking as I smiled and quickened my pace to walk beside him. Alright, next chapter of this garbage. I mean great mighty story. Eve's Pov. Yeah! I screamed and threw my fist into the air as I laughed over the splatter. Oh yeah, by the way, there's gonna be like terrible royalty-free music at the beginning of this video. By the way, I forgot to mention, it sounds like royalty-free music. I laughed I laughed over the splatter of blood in the boss room. I think Eve's turning to a bit of a sociopath, but psychopath. I don't care. I fell on the floor. You really keep falling over the floor. You're really clumsy, aren't you, Eve? And took a deep breath. I hope we get out of here soon. I finished my laughing session as he kneeled next to me, desperately waiting for me to stop. I stood up and stretched a little as Azazel picked up something on the floor before facing me. I bet I lost half a heart. Before I could ask my question, I could feel something in my chest. Azazel's hand. I quickly slapped his hand away as I felt my face turn red from his action. His action, huh? What the heck? It's the H word. I can't say that word. I'm sorry. It's Christian. I screamed and put my arms over my chest. He tilted his head. Oh god. He tilted his head as if he hasn't done anything wrong. He just touched your chest. You don't have breasts. You're like 3 years old. You don't even know what those are. He smiled and chuckled. It was a heart. He opened his hand to reveal half a heart, which I needed to have full health again. But seriously, I'm a fully functional human being who can do it by herself. I removed one of my arms from my chest to lightly punch him on the shoulder. I didn't touch you in that way intentionally, but I guess I touched a nerve. He winked as I turned around. This is actually really cancerous, and I really despise this, but to hide my heated face, he laughed once more as we headed deeper into the basement. The monsters got weirder and weirder. Just a moment ago, we fought little poop thingies, and now they're much. Oh my gosh, my head is so itchy. Jesus. And now there were much larger spiders that made even more spiders. There were a heck ton of flies too. As Of course, I'm just gonna remind myself, if there's gonna be an H word, I'm just gonna say heck instead. Alright, of course, Azazel, of course, being the strongest among both of us, barely got hit. I mean, he has a freaking brimstone he shoots out of his mouth, which is really cool, but it doesn't go that far. Oh, Azazel's paw. Oh, there we go again. It's tough trying to fight a bunch of monsters while watching over a 13-year-old girl. You are wrong. She is 3. You are 3 too. You guys are babies. Like Eve, as if I mind. Anyway, she started calling me Azzy for some reason. Again, as if I mind. Gam! Sometimes I think too much. I forget about stuff. I forget about everything too. Like why this soil was created. Wow. I can't believe I forgot. I almost forgot about her. Oh, my back. I turned around to check if on Eve, who see me, to be having a hard time. From the looks of it, she only has one heart left. I rushed towards her, but I wasn't fast enough. One of the flies flew right at her, leaving her with one heart. Oh no, a fly! You really must suck at this game if you get hit by a fly. I'm being really serious. Right after the hit, she began changing. Black horns spouted from her head as her skin turned dark, which should be Azazel's color of skin too, instead of being pale and red at the same time, but okay. Everything, even her clothes, she doesn't have clothes, turned the same color of her hair. Okay. After realizing what happened, I'm not laughing because she can actually do that in the game, she can turn to a demon. That's why people ship Azazel and Eve, by the way, because they both turn to demons. Well, because Eve can turn to a demon, whatever. She began screaming. It seemed to startle the monsters at first, but wasn't enough to stop them from attacking. Red tears spilled from her dark, dull eyes as the tears made their way to each monster, instantly killing them. Eve's breathing turned unstable as she looked like she was about to collapse. She always collapsed, alright? Like, she collapsed from everything. Even, like, on a crack on the ground. I remember the half heart I kept a while ago. I don't think you can save hearts, but okay. I shoved it in her chest. Wah! She couldn't even speak properly anymore. I mean, I don't think you guys can speak properly at all. You guys are 3 years old. You guys probably don't even know what, like, half these words are supposed to mean. As if she never knew she was capable of this. I knelt beside her and pulled her into a hug. Not saying anything, she rested her face on my shoulder and let out a calm sigh. Are you okay? I asked her while slowly pulling away from the hug. She slowly nodded as we both stood up to leave. It looks just like Isaac. I remember Isaac having hair. Azazel's paw. It's been a while since that incident. Not like I know, because we love time skips. Because we don't even know what time or day it is. Okay, it's not like there's a clock down here or something. There was something else though. A boy and a girl. Both were around our age. 3? Alright. Both terrified. The girl seemed calm than the boy, and she says her name was Magdalene. This picture is a bit false because Isaac doesn't have hair or clothing, neither does Magdalene. But anyways, though she prefers to be called Maggie, no, I don't think so. She had curly blonde hair. In the picture doesn't look blonde. I mean, it's curly. Picture's not colored, so curly blonde hair that passed her shoulders by a few inches. She wore a small red bow that looked a little pink from the fading color. Her clothes, she does not wear clothes, but okay, were a very light color, a pale pink turtleneck, that's a lie, and white shorts. Those shorts aren't white in the picture. And she's also, yeah, that had a cloth over it, making it look like a skirt. Again, she does not have clothing. As for the boy, Isaac, it was as if his dark hair, he does not have hair, has been cut as form of punishment. But Isaac's mom shaved his head when he was born, so he can't grow hair. His oversized plaid t-shirt, he does not have a t-shirt either, was wet from the tears streaming down his face. His pants, he doesn't have pants, were rolled up below his knee. Eve, being the conversation starter, she was quickly introduced herself. When Maggie and Isaac felt comfortable around us. Oh my gosh, it's like 2:30 a.m. I'm not even tired, by the way, but still. When Maggie and Isaac, yeah, okay, I read that already. Eve suggested we work together and stay close, although Isaac seemed hesitant and obviously lacked trust in others. Maggie thought it was best. So, do any of you know how you got here? I blurt out, alarming the three of them. Eve had told me once that it felt... Alright, my head's itchy again. Jeez. It felt like she woke up from a dream. From a dream. And as if for me, well, I was sitting on the ground. I was sitting around in the dark. Oh, okay. Maggie sighed and shook her head like she wanted to know. Isaac's eyes began watering more than they already were. Mom, he says. He lowered his head. Tried to kill me. Oh, you got something right. Most of the story is everything wrong, but you got it right. Good job. We all stopped to look at him. Maggie quickly wrapped her. I think that's a story for all of them because they're all Isaac. Azazel's the demon form of Isaac, and then everyone else is just Isaac wearing a wig. But okay, wrapped her hand around his neck. But still, even though they're all Isaac, I still believe that they're separate characters in his head. He's dead. Spoiler alert. Around his neck. As Eve kneeled beside them. Oof. As much as I know how sad and messed up it is, I never felt anything. Probably the result of flying out in solitude in darkness for a while. Why did they make Eve an edgelord? I know she has something to cut herself with in the game, but still, and she has edgy hair, whatever. We'll get out of here, okay? Maggie faced him with a reassuring smile as he tried to calm himself with a small blush on his cheek. Let me guess, were they in love too? Because everybody in these fanfictions has to always make, if it's a boy and if it's a girl, they're in love. Eve's paused. After Maggie and I comfort Isaac, as he suggested we split in pairs because that's the most smartest idea ever, splitting up. Maggie requested that Isaac should go with Azzy since I introduced her about his amazing demon skills. His amazing demon skills, huh? I frowned a little, wanting to go with Azazel because we gotta make them both in love. But it was for Isaac's own good. Anyways, besides, it's been a long time since. They're starting to rain. I don't think the Mother Nature really likes the story either, Jesus. But it was it's been a long time since I got to talk to someone else, a girl specifically. Magdalene seemed to like the person who liked having conversation. Well, no, I didn't say conversation. It's conversations. Conversation. Okay. But unlike me, she knew conversation. They're 3 years old. What to say and when to shut up. Azzy and Isaac went of to explore, as Maggie and I decided to do the same. So, how did you meet Isaac? How did you and Isaac meet? I asked, as we looked around the rooms carefully. Same as we met you guys, she replied before pointing to one of the doors. How long did you and Azzy know each other? It kind of looks like you guys were friends for more than a while now. I blushed at the last sentence and tried to hide although I really couldn't. What? We've only known each other for a short while. Besides, you and Isaac seem more like it. What? No. Once my blush disappeared, I turned to face her with a smirk as I saw her blush uncontrollably. I knew it! Oh, well, I was about to say the same thing. Before embarrassing her even more, we finally decided to continue looking. Again, why is everyone... If it's always... And it's like, if it's a boy and a girl, that means they're in love. Oh god. Kane, it looks just like Kane. I remember Kane having hair. Actually, he still looks like Human Foxy. What the fuck? Fredbear, you didn't tell me Human Foxy was in this terrible story. Eavesdrop. After a while, Maggie and I found the golden room. We decided to go in together since anything could be in there. We couldn't even trust rooms anymore. After regrouping, Azazel went in first, looking a little hesitant. He stopped walking towards the golden rooms as his eyes squinted. Something's in there. Azazel took a step forward, while Maggie and Isaac went the opposite. Deadbird stood by as I took out the blade from my... Blade? You don't have a blade, you shoot tears as well. But okay. Small noises came from the room, mostly soft muttered cuss words. Oh, you shouldn't be cussing around a 3-year-old, it's not nice. We looked at each other confused, even Azazel. Hello? I decided to speak up. I walked forward to stand beside Azzy as I waited for a reply. Soon enough, a boy came trundling to the room. Ah! He muttered under his breath. Oh shoot, he muttered, and I think I just woke my family up, but he muttered under his breath as he stood up and wiped the dirt off his jacket. He doesn't have a jacket. He doesn't have a jacket. And Kane has a hat. The picture, he doesn't have a hat at all. You know, look at that one Club Squidward hat episode from SpongeBob. As Maggie and Isaac took a step forward, although they were still unsure whether the boy was like us or not. He notices us and staring as he crossed his arms. Who the F are you? Oh, cussing for a 13-year-old. You're not 13, you're 3, but okay. He resembled Isaac in a way. All you guys resemble Isaac in a way, but okay. Except his hair, he doesn't have hair, was all over the place, and the eye patch covered his right eye. His tattered pants, he doesn't have pants either to fit him perfectly as his black jacket. I thought he had a red jacket, but he doesn't even have a jacket at all, so why am I even questioning? Was poorly zipped up. We need to know your name first. Azazel responded, his wings slightly open to threaten the boy. Kane, he replied, taking a step back. Azazel turned to me before nodding, signaling me to introduce myself. I walked a little forward, taking my hand out. I might actually get rid of the royalty-free music, actually. I don't want that stuff in my video. Taking my hand out to Kane. I'm Eve. We've been here for a while, and it's best we work together. Kane sighed before nodding and shaking my hand. That demon guy is Azazel. I pointed at Azazel, who grunted at the introduction. Time skip. I love time skips. After wandering around the map, Kane suggested entering the arcade. He said that we could use a bomb. We could bomb whatever is inside to get items. We need coins to get in. We don't have any. You guys been traveling this whole time. You haven't gotten one single. All right. You guys probably just passed by and buy like a freaking fruit roll or something. I don't know. Maggie said, threatening some of Isaac's wounds. Wait, you were threatening? Wait, no, treating some of Isaac's wounds. You don't have any, but Cain pulled out a small pouch from his pocket. He slowly opened it, and a few coins spilled out. Oh, we all looked confused on why he had this, but none of us questioned. I'm pretty sure he found it. You can't steal from anybody. There's only like a couple people, basically all Isaac, but Azazel took a few from the ground and headed out the room. Magdalene, watch over Isaac and Cain. Don't watch over them. You gotta watch over them. Eve, come with me. Azazel flew out as I struck. This book's long. I'm gonna cut this, alright? Jesus Christ. Hey, Eve, Isaac called out before handing me a few bombs. I smiled at him before chasing after Azazel. Hey, wait up, Azzy. Show me. He seemed triggered and annoyed by the nickname I've been giving him. Well, he has to suck it up because I think she's been calling him that for a couple months now. So he flew back to me at first. I thought I effed up when I realized his face was right in front of me. Not right in front of me, right in front of me. I knew I effed up. I don't think Eve says these words, but I lowered my head, preparing for anything and anything and everything. Before I knew it, I was in the arms of a demon. I blushed deeply. I'm gonna die. Turning red like his eyes. What? I shifted uncomfortably in his arms as I told him repeatedly to put me down. Stop complaining about everything. I think you've been complaining about everything. He sighed as he put me down in front of the arcade door. I actually hate this. This is absolutely just. This is abysmal. Oh, another picture with them having. Oh, Isaac apparently has white hair. Yeah, I knew that. Yep, it's totally not somebody else. Oof. Hello, fellow human. What? So my wait, hold up. What is this? Fanfiction. Oh shit. That's the end. It's the end. Oh, no, no, it's not. It's not the end. It's not the end. Damn it. Azazel Pov. After Eve and I collected the materials that came out from the bond machines, Eve suggested we rest here before fighting the boss. We regrouped and as soon as we did, Eve and Isaac fell asleep. Magdalene slept too, but only after treating Cain's and my wounds. Now, the only ones awake were Cain and I. Okay. And saying Azazel fell asleep or anything. I guess he just disappeared from existence. Cain didn't seem sleepy. I'm not sleepy either, but this book's sort of making me sleepy from how boring it is. He didn't seem tired at all. He just threw rocks at the wall, and I didn't know he was that strong to pick up boulders because the rocks are gigantic in Binding of Isaac. But the wall and repeat his action when they roll back onto his feet. I don't think rocks can roll back to your feet like that. I mean, just saying. You can't. Well, you ain't sleeping? He asked all of a sudden. Just like him, I actually wasn't sleepy. It's kind of a demon thing. We don't sleep. I don't think that's true, but okay. Much more dream. What? I could, but I don't need to. Cain walked towards me as the sound of the coins in his pockets grew louder and louder. Okay. He leaned on a wall next to me and nodded. Ooh, jeez. Do you think we'll get out? Cain softly murmured. Damn. I can't speak English correctly sometimes. As if the question was only. My leg's itchy again. Was only his to answer. What? He then glared at me with one eye. he has one eye because he has an eye patch on, but telling me that the question was for me. Okay, I don't know. I said softly. Kane bit his lip and sat on the floor. I figured it was best to change topic. What happened to your eye? I blurt out without thinking. I froze, realizing it might trigger something. Luckily, he just shrugged and replied, I don't really remember. It's been here a while. He helped me up. He held up his hand. Against his covered eye. He helped up it. What? Had fun? What is that? What? A voice startled of us as our heads jerked to its direction. Eve laughed as Isaac and Maggie walked beside her. What the F, Eve? Come on now. You guys are 3 years old. You shouldn't be saying these words. Kane yelled. His change of personality startled me too. Maggie and Isaac slightly smiled as I pointed to the exit of. Wait, wasn't it Eden that had the white hair? Or I don't remember. Jeez, I don't remember all the characters. I have terrible memory. Exit the arcade. I mean, Eden is whatever. Who cares? I'm probably getting their names wrong anyway. We should keep going. The others nodded and walked outside. Outside? Wait, but you guys are under a basement. Whatever. Eve and I just stayed behind the group, and Kane tried his best to embarrass Magdalene. Wait, no, it's not embarrass, it's embarrass. Magdalene, did you sleep well? I asked Eve as she grinned and stretched. Yep. And she replied and happily skipped to catch up with the others. My face heated at the sight. All this time, I felt so different around her. But I don't know anything. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is either. Like, this book is absolutely a monstrosity. This fanfiction is a monstrosity. All this time, I've just been confusing myself. You could say that again. But maybe, just maybe, I'll find out. Alright. God, this is still going on for like 7 years. I'm stupid. Judas is the one with the frickin' hat. I'm an idiot. Also, this doesn't look like Judas either. But, yeah, I mean, I am a master of frickin'... I am a master at the buying of Isaac. You know, I know everything. Kane clearly had the hat, not Jude. Stupid me. I just haven't seen the characters in a while, okay? Jeez. Eve's Pav. After defeating the boss and going deeper into the so-called basement, we sat down in the poorly lit room. As we rested on the ground, sounds coming from the next rooms were heard. Don't mind them, Eve, as he told me, resting a hand on my shoulder. Okay. I heard the sound once more. My turning again? What? My turning? What? Probably just some monsters, Kane said without looking at me. A few minutes passed and no other noise came from the room. I let slip out my thoughts until more noise came, but this time it was actually a voice. Let me open the book. What? Get your grubby hands away. Okay. I heard the two voices talk on about a book. About a book. I just reread that like an idiot. And that they should prepare for what? I ran towards the voices, ignoring Azazel's voice, and finally reached the room. Oh, I want to know what he says. There stood two boys. One had brown. He does not wait. One has brown hair, was neatly cut right above his shoulders, and red bandana tied around his head. Hey, you got it right. He does have brown hair. His upper body was exposed and full of small cuts. Oh, you got it wrong. He wore a proud expression. He did. No, did he? His hair was messy, much like Kane. Kane doesn't have hair, so his hair can't be messy. His pants. Oh, you're getting even more wrong. He doesn't have pants either. I'm sorry, but we're neatly folded at the tip, and his sweater doesn't have sweater either. But okay, Samson does not have a sweater. Retard. Ugh. Wait, they're saying Judas. Wait, hold up. I think they made Judas have the sweater, but covered his entire arms and even his neck. What? He seemed very calm and collected, and also carried a book. "Who are you?" I asked, hoping these two would be the last batch of people in this basement. "I'm Samson." The boy with brown hair said, as he did a heroic pose. "Honestly, for a 13-year-old, he's been working out. He's not 13, he's 3, just like you, but okay." "Judas," the other said, gripping the book in his hand tighter. Okay. Before I could introduce myself, the others followed into the room. "Stop doing that!" Azazel yelled and hugged me. What the No one seemed to care. They just decided to introduce themselves to Samson and Judas. I awkwardly hugged him back, caressing the part of his wing that was closest to me. "Sorry," I muttered as he let go. Oh, it's Azazel's paw yet again, man. I blushed, realizing what I've done. I tried to I think they're really just made him an F-boy in this, but tried to let the thought slip away as Eve and I introduced ourselves and asked them to join us. We decided to chat a bit. Either Kane or Samson starting a fight with someone every now and then. I scanned the room, noticing Isaac has gone a little curious about Judas's book. "What's that?" Isaac asked as he reached for the book. Judas quickly pulled it away as Isaac's hand jerked back. "It's best if you don't open. It's my diary." Judas said as he didn't say it was his diary. I added that, by the way. As Samson pouted, "You promised me you'll show me the power." Okay. Samson yelled as Judas started reasoning with Samson. "Alright, laddies." Magdalene stepped in between the two and pointed at the door. "It's time to go on." We did as she said, leaving into different rooms in pairs. I went with Magdalene, Isaac and Judas, Eve and Samson, but Cain volunteered to go on his own. He's a rebel. But he wasn't very social in the first place, so we decided to let him go anyway. I wonder how Eve is doing. Please just end my life. Oh great, there's more. Eve's Pov. We had split up into pairs. Samson and I quickly running through rooms. Each time we had to fight Samson. What? You have to fight Samson? We have to fight Samson. Made cuts on his arm. I thought that was Eve that did the cutting, but okay. Maggie had taught me a thing or two about first aid, so I offered him to help. Kill me. He would always decline and say to wait until we regroup with the others. Yes, because I can't heal me until we regroup with the others. My arm is literally about to fall off. We gotta regroup with the others first before you heal me, okay? "Why do you make cuts?" I asked out of curiosity, as he smiled and rubbed his back of his head. "I'm an edgelord. Sorry. I don't know why, but it kind of makes me stronger each time I get hurt." Okay. Honestly, I noticed this. You did now, did you? "It wasn't obvious, but I somehow figured it out." What's with the dead bird?" He chuckled as he pointed to the top of my head. It shuffled on my hair, annoyed. I laughed and shrugged as we decided to regroup with the others. On the way back, Samson brought out weird topics. Weird topics, huh? Like what? Mostly on telling me on how perverted he is. I don't think Samson's really perverted. He's like 3 years old. He doesn't know what this stuff is. Whatever. What's with you and Azazel? He asked. I froze in my place as he stopped and waited for an answer. This was the second time someone asked me something like this. My hands framed my face, feeling its heat. Is it obvious? Crap, Eve, you idiot! Oh, okay. I unknowingly asked as Samson gave a satisfied smirk. Well, he said as we continued walking. It is kind of obvious you two like each other. Not really, but I punched him. My face grew redder each time. I'm pretty sure he didn't feel that though, because you remember you said he was very, very strong. But each time as I yelled at him to shut up, he rubbed his bare arm in pain, but managed to laugh. You know you're just making me stronger, right? Okay. I helped him up as he finished his laughs. You guys laugh a lot. Shut up, already, I muttered as the red tint on my face disappeared. Isaac's pub. Oh great, we get to see Isaac with hair. Judas isn't the type of person to talk. I wasn't either. We both seemed to look silent, though just because it's been like that the entire walk. Judas waved his hand in front of me, shaking me out of my thoughts. Let's go in there. In here. Ooh. He pointed. Oh, God, allergies, I hate you. He pointed to the door in front of us. When we entered and the door shut, a green figure slowly came at us. It stopped every now and then, spilling some explosive green liquid. I don't remember what those things were called, but liquids or a monster from its mouth. It's Sloth. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Sloth. There we go. I haven't played Binding of Isaac in a long while, so take care of the other monsters. Judas ran away from my sight over to Sloth. It's easy dodging his attacks and eliminating the smaller monsters, but getting close to the actual mini-boss seemed hard enough. Unless you're Azazel, you can just brimstone blast him in the face and they'll be dead instantly. But from the other side of the room, Judas turned to me and sighed to it. Hold up. Signaled to stay back. What? Oh, signaled. That's it, signaled. I'm stupid. And I did just that. Soon enough, the book he was carrying was open, and a faint laugh was heard. It came from Judas. Of course it did, because everyone has to laugh. I tried to take a closer look, and ended up being terrified. His eyes were empty, blood pouring from them. A black upside down cross lined with red formed on his head. I closed my eyes, tears pouring out from them. Once more, a small pat on my shoulder could be felt. I looked up and saw Judas normal. We walked back to find the group. As he told me, hot to tell anyone. Not to tell anyone. Freaking crap, my phone thought it said hot to tell. Alright. How much longer is this awful story? Lordy. I'm actually physically numb from this entire story. It's so, oh great, it's more. Magdalene's Pov. After a while, we finally regrouped. Azazel and I waited for the others. Soon enough, they arrived. Even Samson entering the room first, later followed by Isaac and Judas. I was happy to see see everyone was okay except Samson XD. Okay. But I was completely relieved that when I saw Isaac running into the room, no matter what people say, I'll always be worried for him. The only one that hasn't arrived yet is Kane. We all waited. The rooms are getting duller and duller. The rooms, whatever. After a while, I noticed Isaac shivering uncomfortably, taking glances at the door that Kane had left through. Isaac, is something wrong? I asked as he shivered even more. She's in there. She? Is he referring to his mom? His mama. Samson planted a bomb in front of the door, and it blew open. Okay. My next itchy again. Beside the sound of breaking concrete, the sound of laughing women echoed into the basement. She would yell Isaac's name, and between her psychotic laughs, as the boy grew more and more scared. She does that for everybody though. Like even if he plays like freaking Magdalene, she still screams Isaac because everybody in the game is whatever. In the middle of the floor, a several wounded figure lay, looking as if it were lifeless. Blue baby, or keeper, both of them dead. Another laugh covered the room as something was about to break through the ceiling. Even I rushed to his side while the other boys decided to fight Isaac's mom off. "Mom, don't! I'm here!" Isaac yelled, hoping she would no longer target Kane. Once Kane was in the corner, Eve took out a blade from her pocket. She does not have a blade, but okay. I'm cutting her arm. Okay. Not using tears like in the real game, but okay. Soon enough, 2 long horns came from her head. As her skin turned charcoal black, she nodded to me, signaling she'll watch over Kane. She's not gonna watch over him, alright? As I made my way to help the others, the ceiling stopped cracking, and everything went silent. But all of a sudden, a loud crash was heard, and the laughs filled the room once more. Not knowing where, oh my God, this book. Not knowing where Mom would strike next, we ran around trying to attack when we got the chance. Then again, there were more silence, loud trumbling, freaking, oh God, this sucks. I'm gonna make a part 2 to this, seriously, I am, gosh.